The land of Israel was living under fear. For many years, the people were oppressed by a powerful enemy. They could not travel freely. They could not live in peace. Every day came with uncertainty, and every night came with fear. The enemy was strong. Their leader was ruthless. Their weapons were advanced, and the people of Israel felt helpless. But when a nation reaches its weakest point, that is often when God raises a leader. During this dark time, God raised a woman named Deborah. Deborah was not a soldier. She did not lead an army with a sword. She did not wear a crown. She did not sit on a throne. Yet she was one of the greatest leaders Israel ever had. Deborah was a prophetess. She was a judge of Israel. She sat under a palm tree listening to the people. They came to her with disputes, fears, and questions, and through wisdom and divine guidance, she led them. Leadership is not always loud. Sometimes leadership is calm. Sometimes leadership is quiet and wise. Deborah led with clarity, courage, and faith in God. At that time, Israel's enemy was led by a commander named Sisera. He had hundreds of iron chariots. To the people of Israel, this army looked unstoppable. Fear spread across the land. But Deborah saw something others could not see. She saw a future shaped by obedience to God. God gave Deborah a message. It was a command and a promise. She delivered this message to Barak, a military leader in Israel. The message was simple. God would fight for Israel. Victory would come, not by human strength, but by divine power. However, Barak hesitated. Fear still held his heart. He was willing to go into battle, but only if Deborah went with him. This moment revealed something powerful about leadership. Deborah did not step back. She did not shrink from responsibility. She stood firm. She agreed to go, but she made it clear that the glory would not belong to men. God would use a woman to complete the victory. This was not about pride. It was about obedience. It was about showing that God can use anyone, regardless of gender or status, to fulfill his purpose. The day of battle came. Israel marched forward, not because they were stronger, but because they trusted God's word. As the battle unfolded, confusion broke out in the enemy camp. Their strength failed them. Their confidence collapsed. What once looked unstoppable was suddenly defeated. Sisera fled from the battlefield. He ran not toward safety, but toward his destiny. He entered the tent of a woman named Jael, and there, just as Deborah had foretold, the enemy of Israel met his end. That day, Israel was delivered. Their oppressor was defeated. Their fear was broken. Peace returned to the land. And for 40 years, Israel lived without war. Deborah's leadership did not end with the battle. She led the people in reflection and praise. She reminded them that victory came from God, not from human strength. Deborah's story teaches us something timeless. Leadership is not about position. It is about purpose. Leadership is not about force. It is about faith. Deborah did not fight with weapons. She fought with wisdom. She fought with obedience. She fought with trust in God. In a time when men were afraid, she stood firm. In a time of confusion, she brought clarity. In a time of fear, she inspired courage. Her life proves that God does not look for the strongest. He looks for the willing. Deborah reminds us that true leaders rise, not because they seek power, but because they answer the call. And when leaders lead with courage and obedience, nations change, fear breaks, and history is rewritten.
If this story inspired you, hit the subscribe button and join us for more stories of courage, faith, and leadership. Thank you, and have a great day.